What's up, guys? We got Group E starting up now. Group B, I mean. Did I say E? I'm not sure what I said. Good evening to those in the Philippines. Last night we had pretty much, some of the best players, including the best player in C, play. And as expected, Ender advanced. So let's talk about what happened last night first. Group A, we had Ender starting off against Saipem, and that was a 2-0. It wasn't close, but that's kind of expected. The MMR difference between the two is too much. It's 1,000. So, and then what happened there was David Bain versus Artanis. We thought Artanis would be favored in here, but it's not. David Bain's macro proved too strong, so he 2-0'd Artanis. And so then what happened was David Bain then had this game against Ender that actually I think could have worked out well. He did this Mothership Void Ray combo, right? And Ender did the German Taxi. And what happened there was with the Mothership, I think he could have won because there's no detection on Ender's Zerg when he was in front of his base and he was committed. But the Biles, after a few, got Ender's Ender got him the Mothership. So then all the units were detected, and then that was it. So I think if he had done that, because then an Overseer came in late. So if he had killed the Overseer, then killed the Queens, because there's no anti-air, the Void Rays would reign supreme. And then of course you know what happens when Zerg is that committed. I think David Bain would have taken that, but that didn't work out. And then game 2, Ender did the solar drone drill and finished it off, and Ender advanced 4-0. Still hasn't lost a game. And then in the follow-up match, Artanis took out Saipem 2-1. It's pretty close. Saipem was extremely disappointed now. He had a chance to take that. It was really close, but then he's out. And then Artanis looking for revenge against David Bain, but this time David Bain dispatched him 2-0. And so our advancing players is Ender and David Bain to the round of 16. So that's what happened last night, guys. So today we have Group B, and Group B has Nux, probably the second best player in the Philippines. Pobes, also a pretty good player. Exodash, of course, and Terrence. I think Group B is actually the group of death. So Xenos is the Terran. So, all right, guys. So that's what we have for Group B tonight and today for you outside of the Philippines. So with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and play our round of 16 video, and we'll be back and get the games started. So actually, I already started my StarCraft game, so I can watch the games. So give me a second. Let me start that off. Hopefully there's no glitches. Let's adjust this cam a little bit. There you go. Alright, I'm loading up into StarCraft now. You're probably wondering, why isn't he on StarCraft? There he is. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we'll be back and play our round of 16 video featuring all the players that made it here so far for PSL.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines. Arcanus. Ender. Neutrophil. Bagster. Captain Britain. Saipan. David B. Shadow.
Sorry guys, we're having some
Thanos.
odd issues there with
Exo Dash. Floki. Holmes. Phoenix Somsky. Knox. Mr. Lasky. Violet.
Alright guys, there it is. Hobes and Exodash. A little bit of sound issue there earlier. Who do you guys think is gonna advance here between these two? Waiting for the game invite. But that's the guys that we got going on. If you guys can see, very relaxed. Looks like Pope swinging around his chair. He's gonna get up and throw something out. Just to let you know, of course, we're starting off in Death Aura right now. Next map will be Romanticide, and then, if needed, Game 3 will be on Lightshade. So, and we are actually going to start right now, guys. They're set. We're starting out. The first game is Group B.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines.
Okay, the bottom right. The Protoss player.
Exo Dash.
And I'm not sure if Bizel's co-casting will be here. But on the top left, I'll do the introduction for this one.
Holmes.
Okay, no cannon rush. Gateway openers for them. Now the Popes looking and ready for a possible cannon rush. No scout for Popes though too. He's just kind of staying back. Choosing to delay his start of scout. Two gates for them. Now Popes is going to look for a proxy. While Dash is just hanging out in Pope's base. Now he's deciding to finally see if there's an expansion or something. Whatever he can see. No proxies yet. Everything pretty standard, guys. So here we're seeing also stalkers for both of them. Not adepts. Yesterday, the guys were going lots of adepts, the PvPs. Or this morning for you guys. But it's stalkers for these players. Very standard game. The worker count's pretty similar, of course. A little more for Pobes because he didn't. And there you go, even the expansion, same timing. Where the stalkers are looking around for any proxies. Man, this game is so standard. Mirror for the first 3 minutes. And there you go, we finally have something that's different. Twilight for Pobes. And he's making a sentry too. To add to his other sentry. To be safe. Where is Dash spending his money? He's just making stalkers. No tech yet. Dash is gonna try to do damage with these 4, but we already have a shield battery and sentry, so I think totally fine. Go decides not to fight. And then now the hallucinated Phoenix Scout Really can't fight that, so he backs off again. On this side, we do have the Forge and Twilight now. And Pope's adding a Robo. No proxy so far, guys. Faster Twilight for Popes. For Blink. +1 though is faster for Dash. And he's also getting his Blink. So, gonna be somewhat the same again. Look at the supply count. Look at the worker count. Same stuff, guys. Yeah, the colors are the same, are very similar. I don't know if we can change that. That's something we can change? I'm not sure. Why did that colors become like that? Okay, anyway, guys, look. I don't know. We'll keep it the same way. Cannon and its mineral line. More gateways. Observer. Believe me, if you guys are confused with the colors, I'm even more confused. We'll see if our admin can get them to change the colors for the next one. I actually don't even pick colors when I play. So, lots of stalkers now. Let's see the army count. The unit count, there's 11 stalkers for Dash. And 7 for Pobes. Dark Shrine though too for Dash coming up. Now he's gonna try to do something with these stalkers. There's not much defense here. And he's actually going out on the map. Well, no, he's not. And here you go. There's a big fight. But he backs off. He chases. He has actually more stalkers, but he chases. I think he could have fought. He just doesn't know that he has that much more. And an expansion here for Pobes. Dash takes this expansion. What the heck, man? These guys are very similar. However, a much bigger supply count for Pobes, who has 4 more workers and a lot more units now. Pobes has a lot more units. Where are they? According to the army supply, there's a lot more units for Pobes. Dark Templar coming in, and look at this attack, guys. Let's get out a little bit here. Lots of pressure here for Dash. And he might actually lose his workers. There's no detection here so Dash is gonna lose his 3rd base. And Dash is sending his own DT on the other side. There's no detection there. He might, I suspect he'll recall here. Ooh, much better concave, and he's there right away. Meanwhile, the Dark Templar will start hammering at his mineral line. This is a great counter. I think he needs to recall. There you go, he does recall. But he recalls on the 3rd base first. But look how many workers were killed. Those Dark Templars put Dash up in worker count, even though he does have a 3rd base disadvantage. DTs, man. And he recalls the DTs very quick. Save all that. And now he can expand. Nice job. Dash actually takes the lead. 42 to 35 workers. However, as you know, there's 3 nexus to produce stuff again. So quite a bit of mining delay after all said and done. Lots of damage. 28 workers killed. Wow. That's insane. That's a lot. Just the Dark Templars, really. So Pobes here with slow, Charge is almost done. So these charge slots, Pope's is gonna try to win with it. I don't know if his army is big enough for this. I mean, it is big, but charge slots are great too. And if he actually attacked before the shield battery is done, even better. He's not. And the thing is, he sees everything, so he's in a position on the top. And if he kills the Archon, there you go. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to kill that Archon. The charge blast will reign supreme. But there's 2 Archons now and a shield battery. Here's the big fight. Force field. Very good control here for Pobes. Alright. So look at this positioning. Very nice play here for Pobes. And look at all those charge lots. The supply for army is 84 to 60. So definitely a big advantage for Pobes, who is now caught up also on the worker count. Looks like Pobes is going to back off. He'll load some Zealots and he'll probably do a drop here. And he's going to hang out here and then maybe then proceed. Dash is going to sneak in some Dark Templars. There is a, there are cannons now. No, yeah, cannons now, but he needs a shield battery here. Here's the drop. And actually he can warp in Dark Templars if he wants. Lots of damage now here. And then, of course, he's going to push and try to test out the 3rd base. But Dash knows that's a possibility, so he backs off. He just draw him off here. But he's not even done yet here with these Zealots. And he's going to recall some of his forces. Now, Pobes is going to go push again. Very good pressure here, trying to draw him off. But Dash nicely takes care of it. And after that, overall now, look, he evened out the worker count, worker kills, right? Pope's gonna try again. So Prism again. No more recall this time. But Pope's looks really good in this game, guys. If Dash didn't get that Dark Templar thing going. Okay, here's a fight. I think it's inevitable. Where's the Prism? The Prism isn't in action here. This might be the fight Dash is looking for. And he does kill a lot of units. Dashing. Gonna catch Popes trying to expand also with a 4th base. Now the Prism is gonna have to make something out of this. You know, there it is. But the fight, he's fighting where there's no batteries though. I'm surprised he didn't go up here. And it looks like Popes with a fatal mistake. Nothing going on with the... He just blew his lead. Just like that. Dash takes the lead. With a much better fight. And the comeback. Nice job. You know, Dash was behind most of that game. But Pobes made a critical mistake. Pobes made a critical mistake there. Stayed out on the map too long. Got caught majority of his forces. Plus, he was taking a 4th base. He was taking a 4th base at the wrong time, right as he lost half of his army, and had to stop an attack. And then he pulled into the expansion, presumably to try to save it. Instead of going there, and he was kind of had bad concave, less army. You know what happened. Yep.
Yeah, okay, finally. Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was. What
Sadly, Popes missed that.
Yeah, Popes played 90% of that game great. Maybe 95.
Yeah.
And 2.5% he just didn't defend the DT, which didn't really... It only evened the game a little bit. The last 2.5% of the game, that's when he lost it. So I think Pope's actually moved his army really well. And a lot of the things he
Mhm.
had complete vision. But man, that army fight, the big army fight where he lost a lot of his units. That's really what screwed him. Anyway, game 2, we're gonna head on to Romanticide. Popes is looking to take this one,
Mhm.
get his revenge. So match 1, game 2, coming up.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines.
All right. Bottom right, he took the first game. Quite a comeback based on better army movement for the big fight, right?
Exo Dash.
And on the top left of Romanticide, good start, but the bad ending for game 1. He is
Holmes.
Okay, so the first game they were very mirrored in almost everything. It's insane, right? For like 4 minutes,
Yeah.
5 minutes, same exact build, pretty similar worker count.
Yeah, the DTs change it all.
The
Actually.
DTs, yeah, because Pose had a giant lead. The DTs killed so many workers, but then Pose had such a giant lead that the DT 28 worker kill only made the
Yeah.
game a little bit even. That's how big the lead Popes had.
Mhm.
And then Popes killed his third base. So he was
Exactly.
up three bases to two, better army. But then a bad fight, taking a
Bad
fort
fight on the
during
third.
that time, and then he
Yeah.
even had a nice prism drop, killed so much and delayed things. But Dash kind of
Mhm.
like defended that pretty well too, and then took a way better big fight. That was the key. And is there a cannon rush here for Popes? What's going on here? No, it's not.
Probably
He's just hanging out and
no.
waiting. And there you
Yeah.
go. He's gonna go back up. The way he was positioned there looks like one of those Void Regies. But we're
Exactly.
not gonna see that. We're gonna see still a normal game.
Yep. Looks like a mirror game and
Yeah, so
for
this is
blue.
game
Yeah.
2 now. This is best of 3, of course. Stalkers again for both of them.
Yeah, I think um Hobbs went for a quick third or fourth base. I think he lost because of that. He lost resources to make army.
Yeah, I'm not. I'd have to watch the replay. I mean, if he had
Mm-hmm.
warp in rounds too, I think he could. You don't normally don't want to sacrifice warp in rounds
Yeah.
like that. Okay, faster expansion for Pobes here. Looking for any proxies, anything that's desperate type of move. Sometimes when you're down 0-1, you feel like you have to counter and do something aggressive. But this time, still the same.
Uh-huh.
And as expected, just like the last
Sentries.
time, it's sentries again. Popes likes the sentries so he can scout and make a
A phoenix.
yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Boob is going for what's this?
So same build for Popes, starting with the Twilight
Twilight.
earlier, but then he's getting
Yeah.
the Forge earlier than the last time. Same thing for Dash. Popes has the worker lead again, so I think Popes has the better build. Honestly, he's been ahead both games by 1 or 2 pros and faster tech, and he has the important sentries, and he doesn't die to an all-in or. So just like last time, poke of 4 stalkers. Going to see there's a shield battery, so he can't.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty much the same. They're not gonna change the way they do things. Here's the thing though, a DT run by probably won't work as well, because now Pose knows about the pain that that caused him, and maybe Pose will be a little bit more careful when he's moving out with his army. You know, his prism wasn't causing problems on the other side. It was kind of just sitting there during that big army fight too, so
Mm.
it didn't split up Dash's army. So Dash showing much better army movement control when it mattered. Another blink to blink. See, it's the same thing. Blink versus blink. You see,
But Poobs has Robo. I mean, like for Observer. I think that was too quick for him to get Robo.
I mean that's kind of standard in PvP. After a little while, you want to get it. So for Prism and Observer. So just like last game, his Robo was faster, and he actually got an Observer on top of Dash's army too the whole time, right? So
Uh-huh.
now there's a pretty big worker lead, 7 worker lead for Pose, and he even has his third base faster too. So
Mhm.
as usual, like we said, right? Pose much better build, much better vision. He just made a couple of crucial mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Okay.
You know, he keeps
So.
scouting. He sends all that. See, he's pretty. You know, he is on point with his scouting. It's just.
Mhm.
Then Dash
The
now
exec-
takes his expansion.
Okay. There's a big fight.
Oh,
Oops.
he knows to get out. He sees that
Yep.
sentry guardian shield going. It's a disadvantage for him to fight. Dash adds more gates.
Ooh, Zealot.
Yeah, just like last time, he's getting charged.
Mhm.
No, I think he got these guys trapped, but didn't kill them, just damage. And look, as usual, better army vision. He's forcing the issue here. He does have shield battery.
Ooh.
There's the micro. He just turns on the guardian shield very late, so he's gonna lose that sentry. Not a good fight
Yeah.
for Pobes. Lost 2 sentries and maybe a
Ooh.
stalker too.
DT
But
Shrine. Here we go again.
and now Dash actually catches up in the worker count. And Popes during that time he wasn't actually producing workers, I don't think so. Now he finally started doing it again. Because always gonna catch. Very crucial
Ooh.
to catch an observer. That's really good. The other observer for Dash going the other way. More gateway. So Dash prioritizes this army. Army is actually pretty big now for Dash. Dash is a pretty nice lead in the army size. Not all here though. Some are back home. And now Pobes is gonna pressure again, I think.
We'll see a DT run by. Oh, I think he's going to do it again. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but this time there's cannons. Now he
Cannons.
knew what happened last time. In fact, he's gonna
Uh-huh.
catch one of these DT. Oh, yeah, he does catch
Oh.
one of the other DTs. Not gonna work this time. Pope's determined not to lose the same way as the last time. In fact, he's probably gonna take his fort base right here. But he just gotta make sure that he doesn't do that mistake where he fights and then his fight was bad and he can't retreat as well. He loses a lot of his army. And this is a very dangerous fight here because this time Dash has a bigger army.
Way bigger than the last time.
Yeah. And
I mean,
but look at this. Pobes is gonna. Pobes wants to fight.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't have the army for this. He didn't even have detection. He lost his observer, so if Dash warps in some DTs here, this is kind of... I don't think he's misjudging that he has a smaller army here.
Uh-huh.
And now, you know, unlike before where he was able to do some DT attacks too. Or, you know, some prism drops. Now he's going to lose a majority of his army. Pobes lost a huge chunk of his army, 54-16. And he's just going to give up. It looks like... Exo Dash takes control that game. Wins that. I really like what Pobes is doing there overall, but that one was one bad decision again to fight and force it. Right? He has the scouting, so I'm surprised he didn't do another, say, hallucinated check to see how big the army is. Right?
Uh-huh.
So,
yeah.
anyway, we're gonna move on to the next match here. It would be a winner's match, so because I heard, and I'm disappointed in this, guys, that Xenos is out, couldn't make the match. So we're gonna have the winner's match between Xenos.
Yeah.
Xenos is out, so that means Nux automatically goes to the winner's match, and it'll be Nux versus Dash, a Zerg versus Protoss, and that's gonna be pretty strong. So Nux just has to win a best of 2 here. Best of 3, I mean. And then he'll move on just like that. Okay, so let's get this going.
Yeah, we'll just
while we do that, I'm gonna play the video again, guys. So we'll be back while he gets that set up for you guys.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines. Arcanus. Ender. Neutrophil. Byagster. Captain Britain. Saipan. David B. Shadow. Xenos. Exo Dash. Floki. Holmes. Phoenix Somsky. Knox. Mr. Lasky. Fiore.
All right. We do have, as you guys can see, Nux and Dash getting set up. Nux at the bottom. Now let's see if we can see what their map picks are. Did they do that already? I think they must have done it already. Let's go check. Okay, they're still doing it. Let's go take a peek. First map selected by Nux is Pillars of Gold. Bit bright. Bit bright. Put on. Future so bright. Gotta wear my shades. All right. So Pillars of Gold be game 1. Did they not finish selecting the game 2 and 3 on the maps, or I guess they're just gonna tell you. They're right there. There it is.
That's it.
Okay, they gotta figure it out. All right, game 2 will be on Lightshade, and then if needed, Oxide for the final map. Guys, we're starting it off on Pillars of Gold. It's a Zerg versus Protoss. This is the winner's match. Winner's match in Group B.
Storm Starcade Season 1 Philippines.
Alright, getting to this winner's match. A solid 2 against Pobes. The Protoss player.
Exo Dash.
Right on the top right of Pillars of Gold, our number 2 player of the Philippines from Genesis Gaming, he is
Nux.
It's a best of 3, guys. And Nux advances to the winner's match because the commitment problem. Xenos could not make it, forfeiting his spot, which is unfortunate. He's one of the top Terrans.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Okay. Will we see another German taxi today?
I don't know. Really just depends. We did see Nox do it. He's one of the first on the PSL Zergs to do it. Probably the first to do it. It's a situational thing.
Yeah. So a hatch first before the pool. Pretty standard. And the cyber core.
So pay attention to the Zerg taking the third base. If he's doing a 2-base build here or not, he should be trying to do that relatively soon. You can kind of do it for free at this point of the game. It's just about your resources. Can you do it? He's gonna choose to drive out the probe first. and then maybe he takes a third. I personally like to take, there it is, as mentioned. So I like to take the this top base instead. Nux is choosing this bottom one for his third. And that probe is dispatched. Now the next set of order for Protoss, of course, he does get a Stargate. The next thing is Adept, an Adept Scout, right? So, and he already has one Adept right there, and just gonna plug the wall. And it looks like now with two, he could go and do some damage, right? Force a reaction, but he's not choosing to do that. Dash is actually just hanging back.
Ooh,
I'm really
Void
surprised.
Ray. Okay.
I'm really surprised Dash is not pushing these adepts out, because you want to make the Zerg make lings, but because he's not pressuring him, the Zerg just keeps making workers.
Yeah.
So that's one
And a
thing I'm
Void Ray,
surprised he's
yeah.
doing. Yeah, and Void Ray, this is all standard again, guys. Void Ray to ensure safety. This is the new meta ever since they did the Void Ray buff a few months ago. Dash still hanging out here with his adepts. Still not doing any pressure. Just gonna check with the Void Ray. So I wonder why he's not doing that at all, right? Adepts are just staying in there so this whole time. But look, the thing is, now Nux makes a lot of lings for the timing of denying the third base, but he's not gonna get there in time. Because there it is. The lings are not gonna get there. But these adepts are safely tucked in. Void Ray's ready to do, so he won't deny this base. Nice move by Dash. I think that's what his plan was, to get his third base a lot safer. But there's still a lot of lings, and he still only has two adepts here. This third one comes here, but it's now by itself. And the Void Ray was out of position. But he does at the end. Did you not do the yeah, they did. You did do the battle report. Great. So Nux here destroyed 450 resources. Is that right? Yeah. 5 lings went down on that for 4 attacks. Not bad. But regardless, Dash keeps. Oh
no!
The wall. Very crucial mistake. At the worst time too, when there's a lot of Zerglings. It's not like it's in the beginning where there's only a few. There's a lot of Zerglings causing a lot of delayed mining time, and Nax will now take a huge lead in this game.
Yeah, he keeps droning up now.
Yeah, Nax knows. He's like, okay, I'm good. I made a lot of damage. Now I can just drone up. He has to settle again. Unfortunate mistake just for the wall. That was the whole point of the wall.
Yeah.
You know, that one adept had one job, right?
To block. Okay,
And
Void
now
Ray's gonna add some pressure.
yeah, we can add some pressure.
Looks like Nux will be going for Painlings.
You know, Nax has a nice big 20 worker lead now. 4th base coming up. Not much Dax can do. Dash.
Dash.
Nax. Dax. Dash. Alright. The Lings, this time it's closed off.
Yeah, finally. With 2 Immortals. Okay, good defense.
3 Void Ray defense. What's the overall plan here for Dash? Looks like it's double Robo. The Void Ray thing is really just to be safe. But for Nax, he's gonna go Ling Bane and Hydra. So the whole Void Ray thing is useless now because he only has 3. Hydras will take care of that, and Queens. So Zerg's trying to control the ground army now at this point. And very good game. Dash actually catches up a little bit on workers. And he's looking to take a 4th base. But I don't think Nax is gonna let him do that. He has a big army now.
Yeah.
With banelings. Lots of hydras. Does Dash have anything other than just immortals? He is getting Colossus, which is great against
Ground units, yep.
yeah, especially hydras. So there you go. Now he knows, and he's gonna punish that. He's making a lot of banelings. He's looking to do it. He's not gonna let that base go up like that easily without a big fight. These Void Rays think they own the map, but they don't.
Yeah.
They don't own the map. Because here comes the hydras. You cannot hold these hydras.
Oh no.
And I think Dash. No Storm. No Colossus here yet. Good force field so far. This the battery goes up. And here's the much needed.
Oh no. The Immortals.
Where the heck? Oh my goodness. I think he miscalculated the army. And just like that, the big fight.
Nox.
Nox makes him pay.
Yeah.
Dash, you know, he just needed a bit more there. Remember, he was a little bit behind because of the Ling run by.
There was a lot of mining time lost there.
Okay, well, that happens. Pretty quick game. You can tell too the players that are on a higher level, they GG out quicker. They know when they're dead. If you notice some of the lower level players that we cast here, they stayed around the game so long they don't realize that there's no chance, right? They don't know that, so they kind of hang out. And then some of those on replays we just fast forward. Like, all right, dude, you're dead. Let's just fast forward. So on this one, it's over when it's actually over.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna hop on to game 2 on Lightshade.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines.
Alright, taking game 1. The Zerg player.
Nox.
Protoss player from Team Exorbitant. He is
Exo Dash.
You know, these guys, these Protoss players, we noticed they tried to really against Zerg. They don't seem to do 2 base timings or any 1 base all-ins or anything super aggressive against Zerg. Minus someone like Shadow or a Sarah PH, right? The Protoss players that we've seen, they really haven't been so aggressive, you know, especially in the best
like
of
the Oracle.
Best of series. They haven't really been doing that. That's what I. So Zergs have been very comfortable.
Well, actually, you know what? Nox is having a hard time against Sky Toss. So I hope Exodash will try to do Sky Toss this time.
A lot of people are having a hard time against Sky Toss. That's a Sky Toss. If you let the Protoss get there, it's just a pain to deal with. Unless you have superior econ to deal with it, right? Especially if you start with Hydras, you can't really, the transition. If Protoss safely transitions to Sky Toss and you started off with Hydras as Zerg and you didn't get to Spire fast enough, then you're behind because you can't really fight Sky Toss with Hydras unless you have overwhelming numbers. I know we saw last night where Saipem had a chance there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he punished with Hydras the carriers that was being built, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the carriers should normally win out, especially if they have the interceptors. It was what we saw last night was a lot of lurkers. But typically, you don't want Hydras when you're fighting against Skytoss.
Right. So I think there's gonna be a proxy here.
Yeah, maybe a proxy for later. This is a dash and Artanis move, right? We saw Artanis do that last night.
Yeah. Same map as well.
Yeah, except it was opposite here. The pylon was on this side, and then he kept sending it over. But yeah, same exact map. Twilight for dash, and no real commitment yet. Zerg is happily droning.
Macroing up. Yeah. Oh, DT Shrine.
Okay, so
Okay.
DT. If this hits fast enough, he can cancel this third base or kill it. Kill it, not cancel, and then take that lead. We saw that happen last night too, where the DT Shrine sniped the base and then Archons just did so much damage. But that Nax is a much better Zerg player, so I don't expect for it to be an easy kill on the third base and the Archon doing so much damage, right?
Right.
I don't expect that to be the case.
Okay.
It's
Roaches.
actually making a spine here, Nax is, which is really interesting. And look at this. Dash puts in the DT on this side. So then that way if Nax scouts, which he doesn't actually have Overlord speed, so he won't see anything anyway. There's a stalker guarding for the scout. Lots of links coming out. This is a timing Nax likes to do. He knows the expansion attempt will be around this time, around 4 minutes.
4:30. Yep.
Yep. So he makes it right around 4 minutes. They pop up 4:30, and that's his job. He wants to cancel the base, and he's gonna do it again because these guys are surrounded. Very late on the move out. In fact, he probably should have just stayed there at the corner. He's gonna lose all his adepts.
Cancel it.
You have to cancel this and lose a worker and a probe. But the DTs are here. But Nax knows the timing of that, the possibility. And there's already spores on both the bases. And 0 damage. Oh, nice juke move here though. So this will do some damage. But there's spore here too. So the queen can fight with the drones. And there's already links there, so 0 damage. Big lead for Nax here so far, as you guys can see right there.
And now gas spent.
Yeah, very bad. Like Dash. Yeah, his base was delayed, but now losing all those DTs with nothing in return. And now he might even just win right here straight up with just Lings. I think this is GG, guys. He's so far behind. He can't get a base up. And it'll only get worse from here on in. But here's the thing though, right? Nux doesn't have a gigantic worker lead. Although now as I say that, he just produces a ton of workers. Right? But, the delay on this third base, losing all those...
Yep.
Losing all of those. So much. Oh, man. Ten worker lead. Okay, I take it back. Maybe it's not that over yet. But remember, Nax, you can't... Oh, he spots it.
Oh my God.
Nax does a fourth expansion, and he's going to notice that. Let's go look at his vision.
Yeah,
he notices a pylon, and then when he gets there, there's bonus. He gets to kill the Dark Shrine too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And he's
No
gonna kill.
ROI for that.
Yeah, definitely spent way too much on that tech and getting nothing in return. He better make his DTs now so he can have more Archons. But he doesn't seem to have the money for it at the moment. There you go. He's just gonna give it up. Dash.
Sky.
Nax
Yeah,
is
so
gonna
additional,
Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, additional gates for Dash. I think he's going for it. He doesn't have any choice now.
Yeah, I don't think you can macro your way out of this. You have to do at this point a 3 base timing. I don't think you want to go to a 4th base here. In fact, Zerg's not gonna let you. Zerg's just gonna attack you now. So that's how comfortable.
Borrowed roaches. That will be fun.
A drop 2 on the other side with 4 roaches, which he's gonna borrow 2 on and off for extra annoying attacks. There are 4 immortals here with the shield battery, archons, etc. with force fields. There's a lot of damage right there. Forced to pull his workers down, and then the big fight here. He's then gonna cause damage on this side too.
Yeah, this is looking bad for Exodash.
Yeah, it's been bad since that first mistake, and it's only gonna get worse because the 4th base is saturated now for Nax. And oh my gosh, he lets these lings in again.
Oh no.
Now he's forced to pull workers. Or he doesn't actually do that at all. His army does move. The borrowed roaches are here. And you think it's done, it's not done. And now more lings and hydras, lings and ravagers.
And the attack.
Nax creep spread is going. 4th base coming up. 5th base actually. So there's the roaches. Problems galore. He's just gonna borrow that if he wants more problems on the other side. And then he's gonna attack here, which actually you don't even need to attack if you're Nax here, because you're causing damage here.
Yeah.
13 workers killed. A lot of lost mining time. Another run by attempt, this time not gonna work.
Oh, the 3rd base.
But you know what's coming this way now? Mutalisks.
Yep.
And that's something that he can't handle right now. He doesn't even have blink.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mutas coming out. So this is just
Sky Zerg. Someone said Sky Zerg is better than Sky Toss. Oh my gosh.
yeah, if you get there. If you remember, in the beginning you don't have Sky for Zerg. You have to defend with queens, and then you're kind of forced into hydras or something. And these mutas I think will just end the game here for that. I think once he sees that the mutas come in, and we'll just follow the mutas because that's really the story here for the finishing blow. Let's take a look at the reaction. 20 workers killed. Oh my goodness, guys.
23. 10 more Mutalisks coming.
Yep. That's all we're doing, following that. Dash is actually going to push in for his all-in. He's like, I don't care. I can't do anything. I'm gonna fight now. So, he has a nice army. But look at the setup with all the spines here, too. And he can keep biling, remember. Nice shot on the biles. Banelings are here. But the force fields are great. This is actually pretty decent force fields. A great start here for Dash, hoping to trade. But now that the force fields are gone, the Banelings, will they end it all? The borrowed roaches and mutas come in. I think this is gonna do it, boys and girls. And moving on pretty easily with only 2 games played. Alright, let's go interview before he leaves.
Hi, Naps.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Nex, how you doing?
Good.
Good. So you had a much easier time than Ender did, because you didn't even have to play. You didn't even have to play another game.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Zenos forfeited. So you're moving on to the round of 8. Did you do any preparation? You just played a lot of ladder games as usual?
Yeah, I just played a lot of ladder games as usual.
Gotcha. Have you played Dash before? You probably have, right? And you know his style or no?
Yeah, we've been actually playing a lot of scrims before. I mean, this week.
Okay.
But yeah.
You did scrim with him this week, even though you know you might face him?
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Because I need ZVP practice. Like it's my worst matchup.
Okay. And you usually make a round of Lings around like 4 minutes, 4.5, right? To deny the Protoss third base. And how come he didn't seem prepared for that? What's up with that, do you know?
I'm not sure. I think he should have his. I'm not. I mean, if he's going to go out with his Void Ray, it's going to be a risk, right? So I don't know why his Void Ray is not there. So or maybe an Oracle before he takes the third base. Because if you punish, you can punish that easily with just a round of Lings.
True.
Round of Lings, okay. All right. Well, what's your plan for the next set? Next set, round of 8. Just play, hang out. You don't know.
Depends on.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to be my next opponent, so
Gotcha.
just gonna ladder.
Gotcha. So you're hoping you don't face Ender until the finals. That's really
Of course.
that's really the goal.
Definitely.
Right? That's the
final boss.
The final boss. All right, then you guys might be the top 2 on that. All right. Well, give us your shoutouts if you can.
Just shout out to the SCPH community, Exo Dash, even Ranger from Malaysia. I actually practiced with him a bit. So, and shout out to my team, Genesis Gaming.
Yeah, I think you just signed up with them, right? Tell us about them.
Yeah, so it's based on Ireland, and they have really good players like Pili Pili and Practice X. So hopefully I can improve especially my ZVP since it's my weakest matchup. So
well, Pili Pili is there, so you can definitely practice with him. He used to be with Storm, so he's not like full-time pro anymore, but he is still pretty good. So
yeah,
there you go. All right, guys, that is Nax. Thanks for joining us and competing. We're gonna move on to the next match, and for now, we'll play a little bit of our advertiser ad here. Gotta give some love to our sponsor. So be right back.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines. Arcanus. Ender. Ultrafilm. Magster. Captain Britain. Saipan. David B. Shadow. Xenos. Exo Dash. Floki. Holmes. Phoenix Somsky. Knox. Mr. Lasky. Violet.
Guys, Pillars of Gold for game 1, Light Shade for game 2, and Oxide if necessary. We're gonna hop right into this decider match. Decider match, boys. Who is going to advance? Is it Dash? Or is it Pobes? It's a rematch, ladies and gentlemen. We can see the players. Cams. Oh, looks like we lost one of the cams. There he is. Dash is getting back on with his camera. But we should probably pause the game until that camera gets sorted out. Maybe some internet issues. So we're gonna pause right here, guys.
Game paused.
There you go. Real quick, we gotta sort out Dash's cam. While we're doing that, guys, final match for Group B.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines.
So we're gonna reconnect while we sort out this camera problem here. There's Dash, he's back. Okay, we're good to go.
Game resumed.
Okay. Definitely good first match for them. So here you go. Decider match. Only one can move on. The top left player, man, Pobes was really good, especially the start of the game. But just need to kind of close it off. Close it off with a better, better game overall.
Yeah. Well, on the bottom left of Pillars of Gold, he is
Exo Dash.
You know, even the second game that Pobes lost, he had the lead.
Yeah.
But he took a fight that he really shouldn't. You know, he scouts really well, but he should have scouted that there's a much bigger army he's trying to go into. In which case he probably wouldn't have attacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Pobes likes to make sentries first, from what we've seen. Just so hallucinated scout often, early and often, and he also does the observers. So he has all the scouting there, but for some reason, the biggest part of the thing, which is scouting if you want to commit or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your big
Yeah.
army, he didn't do.
Right.
And also in game 1, he got caught. So the scouting was great for everything else except when it mattered. So let's see if Pobes fixes that. But I think he's going to proxy, and there it is. He is going to proxy. And this is... You can find this. What we've seen with Dash, he sends out a couple stalkers to look around the
check.
map. So
Right.
I don't think he's going to get away with this, man. If Dash does the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But he, you know, the last
Well,
two games he didn't proxy at all, so maybe he'll slack off this time.
Yeah. Well, I've seen him check the replay, so
Check
I
out
hope
this
he
probe.
will
Hold on a minute. Look at this probe killing.
almost.
This is the most
Almost
damage
killing.
I've ever seen from one probe at the first pylon in the game. 70 health. The stalker
Yeah.
should come out just in time. Oh my
That's
gosh, 44
200
health.
shield.
Yeah, that's a
That's
lot.
200 shield, man.
You know what can happen then? You can send adepts in
Yeah.
there, and then you can kill that pylon much easily. And look, like I said, he's scouting now. Hopefully, he's hoping he doesn't get seen. There's a bait probe here for Pobes, so he's hoping. I think once he sees that, he's gonna run off the other side. Now the stalkers are here. Okay, so this is what he's gonna do. He's gonna do just really, really fast stalker pressure, and he's gonna see.
He's gonna
Does
see
he
it.
see?
No,
He didn't see it.
doesn't.
He didn't see it. Okay, so he doesn't know this is. Oh, and
Guys.
he does take one of the
These
stalkers.
probes.
But you know, once that third gateway goes up, there's a lot more stalkers here. He's gonna finish him off. Definitely needs that shield battery. He finally gets it up. He's gonna get it up in time. But will there be too many stalkers? This is just a committed pressure for Pobes.
Yep.
I think he's actually just gonna do it. There's the expansion, so he's gonna be all in if he doesn't kill him here, I think, because his third base or second base has not gone up.
Yeah. So
Okay, here it
7
is.
to 5.
Yep.
7 to 5.
Okay, here it is.
stalkers.
But the difference,
There you
there's a shield battery here, and if this Nexus gets up with the overcharge, you're just not gonna break them. You need a lot more. And here it is. It's all about this, guys. Focus. He's focusing on one. There.
Good.
Gets another. I think this is going to be really close. Shield battery can't go up. He's too much. He's moving too much. He actually has him in range already.
Yeah.
And he does hold the ramp where it matters. He's forced to pull workers. How many can he kill? More stalkers coming back. Good micro so far, but the other stalkers aren't fighting, and he's giving him a reprieve. Oh, he shouldn't have stopped. And now the Nexus is up. Guess what? Shield battery.
Too late now.
Too late now. But he does expand. After all is said and done, a little bit better for Pobes, but only kills 5 workers, even on the worker count. But the difference, though, the Nexus is up. Here's shield battery. This could help. Oh, he catches him just at the right time. Nice move by
GG.
Pobes. Very good. He catches him right at the right time. A little bit nervous, probably, on that, and he decided to just go for it. Meanwhile, Dash got caught thinking it was done. So game 1 goes to Pobes. Nice moves. Alright, so now here's the thing. If you're Dash, you know he's capable of doing something, right? He didn't see the proxy. I think if he saw the proxy, he would have put even more shield batteries. right?
Yeah.
Maybe pull the workers
Right.
out there earlier or something. I don't know. But definitely at least more shield batteries. And chrono out more stalkers.
Yeah.
But as it stands, nice decision by Pobes going for it. This is a best of 3, guys. So actually, Pobes, if he wins this, forget all the mistakes from before.
Yeah.
He's moved on. That's it. Dash down to his last life.
Gosh, that was a good one.
This could be quick. This could be a quick match, quick series, but we're hoping for
2-1.
game 3. Yeah.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines.
Okay, guys. Nice moves by the Pobes. The Protoss player, as we said his name. We can't say it enough.
And on the top left of Light Shade LE, the red Protoss, he is
Exo Dash.
And maybe that's the move for Pobes, you know? He does get the game out early. Get it done early. Maybe just be aggressive. Well, he does in the early game get a lead, and maybe even better he does at mid-game timing.
That was a strong move by Pobes. I should try that in one of these days.
The
I'll do
stalker.
ladder.
Yeah.
It's
You
kinda-
win a lot of games with just mass stalkers, early stalkers, proxy 'em, and just go, right? Because you're just gonna have more stalkers. That's it.
Yeah. All right. We're back to the basics.
So far, it was started off like this too. We will see if
Yeah.
Pobes with this probe flops down a proxy. I think he's gonna go in here and check to see if there's an expansion or what's going on the top. He has enough time. He's gonna go up. There won't be an expansion this early, but he's gonna go up, probably put a pylon as usual, see what comes out, and then decide. And look at this. Dash is gonna do the same thing. Pobes just ignores it. He's like, I don't care. You're not gonna kill it. But Dash has ideas here because he has 2 probes out on the map. He might actually void ray him. Here, look at that.
Oh.
And with the damage to that pylon. Oh no, he's gonna do stalkers. Okay, and adepts for probes. I think you need to attack this probe, and Pobes will attack that probe. There it is.
Finally.
There's that. But is it gonna be Stargate? I think he's opening up here with stalkers just to pressure and then flop down his Stargate here with proxy. So I think that's what we're gonna see here, guys. Dash does put the probe to see the adepts, the pylon to see the adepts, and it's more adepts which are useless against okay, he has his void ray too. His void ray,
Okay.
his Stargate is actually a little bit faster than Dash's Stargate. And he
Nice.
won't see this yet. I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't see it yet.
Okay.
Good check here. He has a little bit more gas too to work with because he's been spending it on adepts. Will he accidentally run? And he's expanding. Okay. This is Artosis pylon. It powers all 3 of the things that he needs to produce. Does he see the pylon here? He doesn't see it, guys. He is making an
no.
oracle, which will run into this. Oh, he sees it! Okay, now he has to kill that probe. There you go. Very big deal. That changes everything. He should change what he's making. He does change it to a void ray. And he probably needs to put in a shield battery ASAP. Will he kill this pylon? Actually, if he kills this pylon, he just kind of straight up stops this. So you might as well lose your adepts for this. It's so close. It's so close. 38. 29,
Ooh.
20. And he kills it. Okay, no void ray, no more additional void ray. He does have a shield battery and his own void ray. There it is.
Nexus is almost there.
Oh, and he focuses on the one void ray.
Ooh.
He gets it. Here it is. He gets it. Oh my gosh, Pobes. Big deal. And now look, he's trying to remake it. Dash abandons his plan. He's just gonna tuck his tail and go home. Big lead. Pobes was this close to losing this game to the proxy void ray, because really, once that hits you, man, you are dead. Especially given, you know, the way his setup was, right? He had one pylon here. You know, if you replay that game and that void ray gets out, I mean, this structures here gets set, you are in big trouble and you're probably gonna lose. So Pobes with the monster move, big lead in this game. Big lead. And you know, he has 2 void rays out. They're gonna do damage. The adepts, Dash is hoping for a comeback with these adepts. And they're gonna run right into the stalkers. Oh, that's bad. And that means he won't get up here. He won't get up to do any worker damage. He actually loses all of them. Well, 1. There you go. Ooh, he just has to stay by the shield battery, I think. He doesn't do that. Okay, so he'll take 1 adept. I mean, 1 probe from Pobes. 2? Oh, just 1. Okay. But, man, not looking good for Dash.
3 to 4 void rays coming up.
Huge. Look at this lead. Look at this battle report lead. Huge lead for Pobes. Very efficient.
Yeah.
And there's 2 void rays here. Well, actually, there's another void ray for Dash. He somehow snuck it in. So 3 void rays, 2. There's no shield batteries yet. Did they focus? He focuses on it, and that's a nice move. And focuses on the other void ray. Gets the others. I think he's gonna do it. I think this is it, guys.
Oh my gosh. The
void ray, he has no answers. He needs to kill that void ray or he is out of this game. Okay.
Nice.
1-1. Of course he's gonna win that. These probes can't help. He's waiting for his next round, and more reinforcements are coming. He needs to kill that void ray. Shield battery goes up. Void ray gets out of here. And actually, Pobes is not going to end it because he's going to kind of regroup. Okay, so this game is not going to end yet. Actually, that should have ended the game.
Yeah.
But now, Dash knows he's in huge trouble. Pobes gets more ahead with a 3rd Nexus. Pretty big lead here for Pobes. Although it's only a 3 worker lead, the big deal here, though, is the 3rd base that's going to get up uncontested. The infrastructure, and then of course the void rays, and now here's a big attack. Oh man, this is it. I think with this coming attack, he should be chrono. Yeah, he's chrono. This is funny. Dash has 2 stargates because he knows how desperate it is. This pro will find Pobes' big army. He knows what's up. Let's see. Can he defend? Pobes is actually gonna split up his units. I don't think he's gonna commit because he's going home with the stalker, so he's gonna see what he can do with these void rays.
The pylon, please.
Yeah, he's actually gonna target the Stargate and easily get out of here because good control here. Pulls back the 1 and then pushes him off the chasing void ray. Alright, this game's gonna keep going. Alright, guess what, guys? I thought this was over, but Pobes didn't commit. And guess what happens? Pobes has a nice big lead, and we saw what happened last time, right? If he takes a bad fight, this can still be doable for Dash. Dash has really good, instincts of fighting, when to fight, right? So if you're Pobes here, you have a nice big lead. I think you don't want Dash to catch up, right? So you want to hit a timing here, but Pobes is kind of like, alright, let me just get ahead, make more stuff, etc. This is a good move. Just make sure you do not throw the game by the bad fight.
Yeah.
That's really all this is. Dash doesn't know about the 3rd base. And there you go. Pobes is going to now scout with the observer, see what's up. See the composition he's dealing with. It's 5 Void Rays, 7 Stalkers right now. Dash catches up. In fact, is ahead in Void Ray production because he has 2 Stargates, which he barely can afford. And Dash actually takes a third. All right, man. Here's the problem. Do not let this game go back up to 200 versus 200 supply because it doesn't matter, or 180 supply, or 150 because the snowball effect of the army fight. That's the big problem. Okay, so he sees the expansion. He can flop. He should pop this expansion and get out of dodge really quick. He does have an Archon. That'll help against the Void Rays. There's a lot of Void Rays now, man. Oh, you cannot underestimate Void Rays. There's 7 Void Rays. Poves decides to back off. I don't mind this too much, but Pobes, he forgot about his prism. Okay, there you go. He goes back. Okay, Pobes is gonna add more infrastructure, which is fine, right? Dash is producing Void Ray after Void Ray. There's a point where there's so many Void Rays they just melt everything, so you're gonna need a lot of Archons, I think. He does have his own Void Ray, so that's a good news. Good damage here by Dash. Pope still has a 10 worker lead. This game should have been over, actually, if you think about it. If he had stuck there on that fight and just kept committing. But it was too late. He decided to pull back, so when you commit after that, it's a little risky, so I get it. Blink, though, for Pobes, and an upgrade. Let's look at the upgrades, because really, it's going to come down to the big fight. This game is going to come down to the big fight, right? Dash has +1 on his air. But Pobes does have charge and +1 and shield, it looks like, for the ground. Okay, Prism Harass, which is good. We will be spotted pretty quickly. No warp-ins for you. That didn't do anything. But here's the attack here. Pobes. He's gonna fight with shield batteries. He's gonna rely on these Archons. This is the game if he pushes here and doesn't kill him, or loses most of his army, right? Here it is. At least he's fighting outside of the shield battery range. He catches 2 Void Rays.
Oh, the recall.
There's a recall to help on that side because he's on a bad spot. And that's not a bad idea because then he'll recall where the shield batteries are. There's a lot of Stalkers here. Void Ray count is huge. 10-4. And shield batteries. This is the risk though. Fighting where he is. And look, classic Pobes expands also behind this. He knows what happened last time he fought. He's just pressuring. I think you pressure but don't commit, because you lose this fight, you're dead. Look, there's only a few army supply difference. He does warp in more Zealots. He has a lot of Zealots, which will wreck the ground. The real key here is the army in the air for Dash. There you go.
+2 attack plus shield upgrade for Pobes.
Yep. Okay, he's gonna try to split them here. Guys, we're gonna be zoomed out here. This is very crucial. Okay, this is a good move. He splits up, and he's gonna do a lot of damage with these Zealots. Free damage. He's forced to split his army to deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
That's even better. And then the big warp in here. Nice move by Pobes. Really big moves by Pobes. He's forcing a reaction, and now here's a fight outside the shield batteries. I don't like this for Dash. There's all these Archons. He's clumped up. Pobes makes him pay. Double the supply lead. I think this is it,
damage.
Pobes. The damage is there, guys. Wow. And that's gonna do it.
Wow.
Pobes with the clap. Did you guys see that clap?
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow, what a turnaround for Pobes. The revenge. And we're gonna hop on to the disappointing interview, I'm sure, for Dash. And jubilant Pobes right there. Let's see if we're ready for this interview. Hello, guys.
Hello.
First, we'll start off with Dash. I know it's disappointing. Any words? What words would you like to give us, given what's happened?
I was the game with kinda get my nerves. I couldn't focus well on my last versus folks, and I was caught off guard by falling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the first game, right, with the stalkers.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just missed the proxy right above that high ground. Right above that high ground where you looked. You didn't realize that there was a proxy there. So we were talking about it. And the game afterwards, you were trying to do a proxy void ray, got discovered. It was so close to getting up there. And I think if you had successfully put that in there, Pose was in big trouble because you did damage to his pylon again. That pylon that you like to do is really, really cool. Pose ignored it, and with that, it was an Artosis pylon too, right? Powering everything. You were so close to winning it that way. Uh, you decided to abandon it. You had two pylons getting ready to warp in. Why did you abandon it? And you're like, forget it, just go back home.
yeah. I was behind because I cannot break in position because he has already killed battery of two, right? So that cannot make that really overcharge. I was in pieces, and I think I tried to catch up in the macro game, but in the end, been a huge to catch up with.
And you 2-0'd him the first series, the first time you guys met up. Any thoughts on that first time you guys met up, where you 2-0'd him? It was it seemed like he had the lead both games, but he just took bad fights. I don't know if you can remember the first time you guys fought. That you fought. That was a while ago.
Uh, I prepared that build for. I'm hoping that Sanos will play, and um, Sanos will just beat Pogues, but after that, I builds that has been prepared for our next match. So I tried to avoid Ray, but I think it's bad luck.
Yeah, it was so close both games actually. Bad luck on that to win the first one. But to the aggressor goes the victory, right? So, any words you have for Pobes and your fans, and any shoutouts?
Sorry guys, I disappointed you. And good luck sa next into the next round. And yeah, Sir Gopi.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you for participating. We'll see you on the next season. I'm sure you'll be ready. All right, and we'll move on to talking to you, Pobes. Congratulations on moving to round of 8. The rematch proves successful for you, right? You made some
Yeah.
adjustments. Do you realize game 1 you had such a nice lead, right? But you took a bad fight, and then it
Um,
snowballed.
Yeah, I watched the replays. I did not realize I was too aggressive. I didn't realize how ahead I was worker wise because he killed a lot of workers with the DTs.
Yep.
And then I think all I did was snipe the Nexus.
Yep.
But I think if I just backed off, I would have had a better chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was game 1. Game 2, you actually went down, tried to kill him, but you didn't see his army was huge, right? And I was saying that, like, you scout really well. You make sentries to start the game. You send hallucinated Phoenix pretty often. You make observers, but the one time where you really need to scout before you commit, you didn't do it. What are your thoughts on that?
I watched the replay also. I had an obs in his army. I didn't see the Archons. The Archons were further back, and also
Yep.
the one Immortal.
Yep.
So when I was fighting, and then the Archons showed up. He had 3, I had 2. I was like, I kind of screwed. But I can't run.
Yeah.
So just either try to fight it or
Yep.
you know,
Exactly.
yeah. So I ended up losing that.
All right. Well, that was the first match where you ended up losing 0-2. But this one, coming into this decider match, right? You knew you lost 0-2 to him. What were your thoughts? Like, how do I play this guy? What was going through your head?
Uh, I think I wasn't super worried. When I watched the replays, I knew that I was ahead. I was just bad decision making. And then I decided to do the 3 gate pressure. Because a lot of Protoss don't know how to hold it properly. And he makes 4 stalkers at the start, no sentries, so I don't know. I think it's harder to hold without the sentries because you can't force field. And there, it worked. And I think he missed the 3rd gate.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was right there. If he had seen that, I would have said he probably would have put on 2 more shield batteries, and then that's the end
Yeah,
of
yeah.
that, right? So that worked out great in game 1. Game 2, man, game 2 was so close with that Void Ray proxy. You spotted it with your adepts just in time. What went through your head once
Yeah.
you saw that?
No, because I saw that he didn't expand. And then I panicked. I knew that I had to look around. Luckily they saw it. That's a common Void Ray Stargate proxy location.
Gotcha.
And
You
then there, I saw it. I had to kill the pylon because I knew that he'd reinforce. I killed the probe.
Yep,
He wasn't taking the
exactly.
extra pylon.
Yeah.
And then there, luckily the stalker came. He was able to shoot it from the high ground.
Yep.
And then I was able to hold.
Yeah, you had a big lead then, but then what went through your head? You're like, all right, what do I do? Like, what were you thinking?
I was thinking. I was thinking the first time that we fought, I squandered my lead. So I just wanted. Well, after my first attack in his main, I didn't know how big his other army was, so I backed off with my 1 Void Ray. I expanded. I knew he couldn't expand, so I just knew that if I held my lead, I'd be able to get a better fight. I tried a couple of times, like the first warp in, it didn't do much.
Yeah, killed that prism right away with the 1 Void Ray.
Yeah, so the second time it worked, I had zealots on his natural, and then I warped in on his main. Cause he committed to my main army.
Yeah, he went down to fight
Yeah, he
you
went down.
outside the shield batteries, which I was really surprised. And that was
Yeah.
a bad fight. And this
Yeah.
time he was the one to make the mistake. And then
Yeah.
and then you knew then that you had won, or
Yeah, when I got his, because he wasn't able to deal with the run by and the initial warp in, and then my main army dealt with his main army, so I was ahead.
that's when you knew. Yeah, that's when you knew that you had made it through, right? You had no. It sounded like you had no doubts, even though you went 0-2, because you knew you really had. You knew you played a better game 90% of the way, except for the last 10% of decision making. So, you stuck to your guns. Sounds like, right? And you just knew you just had to execute, and you learned. That's fantastic, and that's the kind of progression of thinking that people like to see, right? Learn
Yeah.
from. We have a lot of viewers that are also learning, right? And so that's really cool to see the thought process there. So now let's move on to. Did you prepare your preparation? What did you do for preparation for round of 16 here?
Um, I I just laddered. I was worried about Xenon, and because Dash, I faced Dash a couple of times in ladder. He beats me most of the time. He does a weird Stargate build. I was surprised he didn't do that now. I was worried already because I knew that if I faced Nox, I was probably gonna lose.
Yeah, you're not ready
So
for him yet, huh? Yeah.
So I was more worried about those two. So luckily, I was able to get past Dash.
Gotcha.
Unfortunate that Xenon was play.
All right. All right. So, lastly, I'd like you to give your shout outs to friends, family, teammates, etc., whoever.
Shoutouts. Shout out to my girlfriend Joanna. I don't know if she's watching. I don't think she's watching. I sent her the link, but I think too late for her.
Does she know StarCraft?
No, she just knows that I play and that I
Okay.
used to play it a lot.
And then my other friends, I don't think they stayed up then. I sent them the link. They were watching the first. Saw me lose.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And thank you. Actually, thank you for you and Mizel for organizing this. Um, it's nice to see the community active.
Yeah, we just gotta we're gonna grow this community with your help. The action that you guys show for our viewers, right? It's all up to you guys. It starts there. We gotta have good content, good games, and then production is here. And then, of course, word of mouth and references, right? So Mizel did a great job. I'm glad I was able to connect with Mizel to do this and work on this. And this is just season 1. So for you, you're thinking about now round of 8.
Yeah.
Did you expect to go that far?
No. Well, my goal is at least round of 4. Because if I face either Ender or Nox, I'm out. But round of 4, so one more round.
There you go. And remember, after this, it's actually playoff format, single elimination. So you're out if you lose the next thing. So that it's really tight now. So you're hoping for bracket luck, but we won't know what the brackets are gonna be yet. So for now, I guess more ladder practice for you. Pobes, I know you're a busy person in real life, but you're putting time here into StarCraft. I heard you're a lawyer. Is that true?
Oh, no. Not a lawyer. I do business with my girlfriend.
Okay.
And I sell insurance also.
Gotcha.
Recently, I just started getting into that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck with the next round and all the practice. That is Pobes, guys. Gave us some really cool games. Thank you, Pobes. All right.
Thank you.
All right, so let's take a look now, guys, on our next round. And Mizel, you can hop back on if you'd like. Let's talk
I'm here.
Yeah, all right. So our next round, Group C and D next week. Let's talk about that really quick. Group C, right here. Let's get Mizel's camera on too. That way we can kind of have our host. We didn't see much today. I don't think we saw you at all on this round. Yeah, there you go. Let's take a look at our co-host here. It's nighttime now on this view. All right, so Group C. Guys, we're gonna see Floki.
Yes.
Viole. Floki, we kind of left him out on the initial version of the video, but he's there now. We've seen him. Viole, the Terran, macros really well, kind of like a Maru thing, or actually innovation, if I remember correctly. Shadow, the super duper cannon guy.
Yeah.
And then the other guy that's somewhat cheesy too with Protoss, right? And it's fun to see these two guys right here. Shadow, very self-admitted cheesy player, right? He likes it. Cannons and Void Rays. Captain Britain won with some proxies and some crazy type of things, right? We didn't get to see too much of his mid-game, but it's good that he took advantage of the Protoss that he played. There you go. We're going to see. That's Group C next week. That will be same time. That will be in Manila time Saturday morning, right? And for the US, that's Friday night. That's Group C. And then the last group for this round of 16, guys, we have... Oh, it didn't load up. Yeah, the last group. There you go. We got Phoenix Sonsky, the Grandmaster Terran. I believe he's reached Grandmaster a couple times, so that'll be really good. Neutrophil, the American Filipino Protoss, right? 15 years old, the youngest one, right? The youngest. And then we have Mr. Lasty, the exciting Zerg. I believe he was down south somewhere, and he was really excited too about being on the stream. He'll be coming up. And then Bayagster. The Yagster. I don't know if he's the doctor or actual lawyer.
He is the doctor.
Okay, he's the doctor. All right, so remember the doctor, that was his nickname, and he faced the professor or something like that in one of the great matches. Anyway, Bayagster will be there. Pretty good Protoss also. So we got 2 Protosses, a Terran, and a Zerg. We got all the races covered, guys. That's going to be really good. That's next week. That's a Saturday night for the Philippines. and that's Saturday morning for everyone in the US side. So that's gonna be really cool. So that's next week. Tell your friends and family about this. Looking forward to that. Mizel, for you, any parting words? Any thoughts on Group C and D?
Yeah, so for the group C and D, all I wish is that you share our stream. We want everyone to watch our stream live so we can, I mean, we're doing this to feature you guys. So we need your commitment. And yeah, that's it. I mean, we look forward to your awesome games next week.
There you go, guys. So what we'll do is now end this stream by showing the last two videos that we have. We appreciate our sponsors, Lanex US here. So please give them a like or whatever. Look for their Facebook page and Twitter and Instagram. Give them a like, follow. Of course, Storm Gaming. Give us a follow, a like, right?
Yeah.
And we'll play the round of 16 video and our sponsor ad. And hope you guys have a good evening and good afternoon for everyone else. And we'll be back next week. Mark your calendars.
GG.
GG. All right, we'll play those things for you guys, and we'll be back. We'll be back next week.
Storm StarCraft League Season 1 Philippines. Arcanus. Ender. Neutrophil. Bayagster. Captain Britain. Saipan. David B. Shadow. Xenos. Exo Dash. Floki. Holmes. Felix Somsky. Knox. Mr. Lasty. Violet.